Hey everyone, Jason here from Spiritualbabies.net. This is vlog number 4, number 4. And it's Friday, it's the 30th of January. We are about to skip into February, which may be one of my favorite springtime months. Not really a spring person, not really a summer person. I enjoy the dry heat of the desert. But given the choice, I take rain over sunshine and snow and cold over anything else. I'm much more of a windy forest person than a warm beach person. There was no need to tell you any of that. So it's vlog day today. I asked some of you for questions that you might like me to talk about on today's vlog. And I got some responses, and I'm really kind of, my heart is warmed by, I keep wanting to say these English idioms, but I'm terrified they're going to come across wrong. For example, it warmed my cockles. See? For me, that's perfectly harmless, but I know there are going to be people who listen to that and go, what does that mean? You can Google it. Suppose I shouldn't really be making shellfish references either. Never mind. As I keep moving my head around, it's making me dizzy. Anyway, so it warmed my heart to see that I got some responses, and that people are watching these. It's really cool. One of the main reasons I'm doing these vlogs is to try and get a little bit better at speaking off the cuff, and you know, the shows that I do during the week, I get to trim all of the fat, and we get to turn my kind of rambles into something that sounds really good. John is great at that. I can spout off a load of rubbish. He'll take out all the stuff and rearrange it into something that's semi-intelligent, and I'll listen to it and go, "Did I say that? Wow, that was really, I should write that down." And the vlogs are just really a way for me kind of getting used to public speaking, because when we do get on the bus, I don't want to be the guy down the back hiding under a blanket. I want to be able to engage with people, and I'm, believe it or not, quite shy. And I also talk through my jaws a lot. That can't be very easy to listen to. Yeah, so I forgot where it was. I asked people for things to chat about, and lots of you came back with responses, which is really cool, and I'll get onto that in a moment. First of all, T-blog or T-vlog, live tea. It's exciting, isn't it? Where else? Where on the internet are you going to find live tea? Pretty cool. So I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, and again, I got some responses, and it's cool. If just one person turns up and shares a cup of tea with me and we have a little chat, that would be really fantastic. But I think maybe there'll be a few more than one. Well, maybe not, depending on how that goes. But that's going to happen next Tuesday. And rather cleverly, I didn't make a note of what the date next Tuesday is. I'm just going to have a look now and edit all this together. It'd be like magic. I forgot. Next Tuesday, the 3rd of February. I'm just going to double check. Man, my short-term memory is terrible. Yeah, okay. So next Tuesday, the 3rd of February, and we are going to do that at 4 p.m. my time. 4 p.m. my time. That's 4 p.m. GMT. So it's going to be the same time in the UK as it is in Ireland. I made a list of some places, and the world's a big place. I made a list of some places and the times it will be at those places. So you can either go and have a look, what time is it where I am when it is 4 p.m. GMT, or if there's somewhere near you on this list, I'm going to read them off, and then I'm going to cut them all together so they come off real quick. So Dublin will be 4 p.m. GMT. Sydney, Australia will be 3 o'clock in the morning. There's ADT time, or AD time. I'm not expecting anyone to be up in Australia at 3 o'clock in the morning to share a cup of tea. If you are, you're a complete... Toronto, Canada will be 11 a.m. in the morning. Dallas, 10 a.m. in the morning. Orlando, 11 a.m. in the morning. New York, 11 a.m. in the morning. Los Angeles, 8 o'clock in the morning. Maybe a bit early. Who knows? If you're up anyway and you're going to work and you normally sit down for 15 minutes and have a cup of tea or a breakfast, have breakfast with us. You know, you have to share it. In fact, you could show off. Have the best breakfast you've ever had. Hold it up to the camera, or describe it in the chat if you're not going to be on camera, a bit shy. And we'll be like, "Oh man, it's such an amazing breakfast," and you can be like, "Yeah, in your faces. I mean, you're not, haha." And Anchorage, Alaska, because you never know, 7 o'clock in the morning. Any other places that you're not sure about, you can go to a site called World Clock and just type in 4 p.m. GMT, and it will tell you what time that is relative to you. So that is that, and that is going to happen this coming Tuesday, 4 p.m. my time, GMT. And if you're interested, you really need to get onto Facebook and send me a PM to it's my Facebook account is Jason Space, capital N, capital L for lion. So N for nincompoop, L for lion, YN. So that's I'll put it under the video. Most of you will know anyway. And I will tell you what you'll need. You will need, straight off the bat, a Gmail email account and a Google Plus account. If you get that done, you can then send me your Google Plus profile page or your Gmail email via PM and say, I want to be on the T-Vlog, on the T-Chat, and give me your email, and just be there like 5 minutes early, 5 to 4, 5 to whatever time it is, and I will send you the invites. And you can either be on camera, be cool, we can host up to 10 people in the room on camera, or there'll be like little Q&A box to do typity typing. So that's that. Any other information, ask a question underneath this video on YouTube. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on the channel, on the video. It's really important, if you like the videos, that you hit the thumbs up, not just for me, but for other YouTubers. It helps the channel out a lot, and maybe gets the video to show up in people's news feeds that normally maybe it wouldn't. That is done. So the question, I asked a few. I asked in a few different places. I got a really good response on my Facebook page, which I'm looking at now. I did have a look earlier, and the first response was from my friend Ida, who said, "How important is it for us who have not converted to be a good example? You've touched on manners when speaking to Christians and other religionists. What practical things can we think of not to do, and what can we think of to do?" When Ida says they're not converted, she is speaking about converting to Judaism, which is my end goal. This train is on the train track to converting to Judaism. I'm going to be completely open and honest. I don't know what process that's going to take yet, but I do believe there has to be a process, and when I find one which I'm A, comfortable with, B, can afford, and C, have the time for, I will sign up and get that done. But at the moment, although it's the final destination on my journey, it's not one which I have a plan for at the moment. So when Ida says, for those who haven't converted, she's talking about converting to Judaism. Thumbs up for anyone who has, or is going to, or is in the process of doing that. I'd really be interested in hearing about your journeys too. So if you are feeling bold and brave, then start your own vlog and talk about that. And if you're not, maybe just leave a comment underneath, and we can chat about it. I'm sure there are plenty of other people that would be super inspired to hear your journey, and I would be. So that would be helpful for everybody. I know it's not something everyone feels confident and comfortable sharing, especially if you live in a very strong Christian area, if you can feel a little open to problems if you put your face all over the internet. But just between a small closed group, maybe that'd be really good for you to talk about. For us, and who knows, for you, I find this quite cathartic. Not cathartic, cathartic, because that's the right word. All right, so we've touched on manners and speaking to Christians. What practical things can we think of not to do, and what can we think of to do? And I'm assuming, again, this is in relation to speaking to people that don't share your faith, and that includes atheists and agnostics. So most people, I think, in maybe in America and through the UK would be agnostic, even though they might have signed up to a certain faith. So if they're not out and out Christian, and then they probably count themselves as Christian because of the country that they live in, or agnostic because they're not sure. There aren't many hardcore atheists. But what can we do to be a good example? Well, I'd say be a good example. It's not easy. I've had this conversation with Ida, actually. I give my best 5% on Facebook, and when I'm interacting with people through social media, the other 95% of me is very untidy and not at all something I'd want to put on display. If you saw the moany, sulky me first thing in the morning, and the complaining me when things don't work out right, or when my physical issues get to the point where I'm just super depressed, that's not, sometimes it does spill onto Facebook. Sometimes I do feel so bad. I'm like, I don't need to tell everybody how bad I feel, because we're, as humans, prone to want to share the misery or look for attention when we're feeling bad, and I'm guilty of doing that. But on Facebook in general, I try to give my best 5%. I try to be the most patient I can be, the most honest I can be, and I try to, although, is it honest? Is it honest to just show your best 5%? Surely it's more honest to be mean and complainy when you're feeling mean and complainy. But the question is, what practical things can we do to be a good example? And I think the best thing you can do is be the best person you can. And if you're the subject of attack from your friends or your colleagues at work or your family because of your faith, it's easy to want to get defensive and close the doors and not talk to them. But you should never be the person that does that. I've been in that situation. I've had people that have closed the door. Mine's always open. Your religion and your faith and your expression of your relationship with God shouldn't ever be the reason that you can't speak to somebody else on a kind of day-to-day basis. Sharing a cup of tea with someone and talking about the news, taking a walk in the park, your kids playing together. That's just humans getting along. We should all be able to get along, and we shouldn't use our faith as a means to inflict pain and harm in people's lives, whether physically or emotionally. Sadly, I see that happen all the time. People haven't spoken to their kids or their spouses, or they break up, and there's a divorce, and there's disharmony in the family unit, and parents don't talk to their kids, and the kids don't talk to their parents and brothers and sisters. And that's tragic, because what does that mean? Does that mean that the only relationship you had with those people was one that was based around your faith? It's craziness. What we should carry forward when we're speaking to anybody, whether it's in our home, I'm not saying I do this, I'm far from perfect. I get as frustrated and annoyed and selfish and greedy as anybody, probably more than most. But what we should aim for is to put other people before for ourselves. Charity, be charitable to people. And that doesn't just mean money. I think it's much more charitable to be kind to people who you don't like. And it's okay not to like people. You know, people think there's this thing, you know, in the church that you have to love everybody, but you don't. You really don't. It's okay not to like people. But it's not okay to mistreat people. They're still humans. God created everyone that walks on this planet. And I sometimes see posts where, because of a person's faith or ethnicity or the country that they live in, suddenly they're cannon fodder for people to talk badly about them or to wish that they were dead. I mean, that can't be right. It's up to God, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, leave that to God. You do the best you can, and if you don't need to include those people in your life, then don't. But if you ever come across someone who needs help, then try and give them some help in whatever way you can afford and manage. So that was the vlog for today. I hope I managed to answer that question okay. I'm not, again, it's just my opinion, subject to change. And you know, you run the risk when you do answer questions publicly that people are going to then say, well, I know I don't agree with that, and so I don't agree with you, so I'm not going to be speaking to you anymore. Well, I hope that doesn't happen. That kind of goes against everything that I stand for. I don't ever want my opinion to be a divider between me and anyone I know. That'd be wrong. So I want to see lots of you next Tuesday, 4 p.m. GMT with tea. If you come on and you do not have tea, there'll be trouble. I don't care what kind of tea. I don't see any coffee. If you want a coffee vlog, go somewhere else. All right? Tea. And possibly a biscuit. Or when it's that time in the morning, breakfast. For me, it'd be like the afternoon. My day will have gone. Yours will have just started. I'll let you know if there's anything good in the news. But hopefully I'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave comments below, and yeah, if you're feeling brave and you want to share your thoughts or journeys or leave a video comment, then start your own vlog. Super easy, and just do it. All right, I'm gonna head off now, and hopefully I'll get this. Well, I'll get this done and uploaded today. Oh, which reminds me, today on my channel, I uploaded finally the Haftarah portion for this week with Rabbi Joshua Neely. It doesn't have the text on it, but there's a link underneath the text because it was crazy long. It was really text intensive, and I just literally couldn't do it. So all circumstances were against me this week, with illness and time and other things. So that's there. Also, the Torah Pals 2 portion with Toby Singer and John Evandor. That video is up on my site. Make sure that you go over to truth2you.org if you want to download the audio or leave a comment on the program or give Johnny your support. He works very hard on these, and so go over there and say hello to him. And there's number 3. Yeah, so Johnny also does a show with Rabbi Michael Skebek debunking the Messianic prophecies, and I asked for permission a while ago if I can upload those videos onto YouTube, which I have been doing. The latest one of that is also on my channel today, but if you want the audio, please go over there and download it from him. And if you want to support that program, support Jono over there. And you can find him on Facebook as well, Jono Vandor or Truth to You on Facebook. And while you're there, you can say hello to Rabbi Michael Skobek as well, who kindly gives us time for that program. It's a great series. You can just pick any of those programs, and they're always full of good stuff. But that is me. I am signing off. It is now. It's just coming up to 3:30. I'm going to sign off and get this uploaded, and then get the dinner on for Shabbat. Excited, I love. I tell you, it's the best thing, really, when you come out of the church and you fall into you start looking at kind of the messianic stuff. One of the first things that goes is Christmas. Now, I profess that I don't think I ever woke up Christmas morning and thought, Jesus was born today, I'm so happy. I only ever woke up and thought, oh, I'm going to get some presents now, and I'm going to get to spend the day in my pajamas, and we're going to watch some good films, we're going to eat some nice food, and it's a pretty good day, you know, Christmas Day, pretty good day. But then you stop doing Christmas because it's just this massive pagan thing. But as much as it pains me to say it, people have said, you know, what is the point of Shabbat? What is Shabbat? It's like a little Christmas. I just, you know, the nails run down my back when I say it. It's just a horrible way of describing it. But for people that haven't ever experienced it, it's just this separation from the rest of the world for that day. And you get to spend it with the people you love, just resting, nomming on stuff, reading, a little bit of study, you know, curled up in bed around the tablet, watching some of your favorite programs, sleeping, listening to music, you know, and all the washing up can wait, and the sweeping can wait, and the laundry can wait. But you get to do that every week. Oh, wow. I'm trying to sign off. This thing's going on way too long. All right, so that's the vlog number 4. And thanks very much for listening. And I hope to see you on Tuesday. Again, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment on the video. And see you all again very soon. Shabbat Shalom. Bye-bye.